Hello everyone. In this video, let me see what are the factors which influence the size of receivables. The first one is level of sales. So, this is the most important factor in determining the size of accounts receivable. Here, a firm having a large volume of sales will have a larger level of receivables as compared to a firm with a small volume of sales. The second factor is credit policies. Here, a firm's credit policy determines the amount of risk the firm is willing to undertake in its sales activity. If a firm has lenient or a relatively liberal credit policy, it will experience a higher level of receivables as compared to a firm with more rigid policies. The third one is term of trade. The size of the receivable is also affected by the terms of trade or credit terms offered by the firm. The two important components of the credit terms are, the first one is credit period and the second one is cash discount. So, the credit periods means the term credit period refers to the time duration for which the credit is extended to the customers. So, here the credit period refers to the time duration for which the credit is extended to the customers. The second one is cash discount. Here, the cash discount is allowed to expedite the collection of receivables. The concern will be able to use the additional funds received from the expedite collections due to the cash discount. Now, let me see the various cost of receivables. The first one is capital cost. The second one is administrative cost. The third one is collection cost, and the fourth one is defaulting cost. So first let me see what is capital cost. Here the account receivables result in blocking of the firm's financial resources. This is because there is a time lag between the sale of goods to the customers and the payment made by them. So the next one is administrative cost. The firm has to incur additional administrative cost for maintaining account receivables in the firm, which is in the form of salary to the staff, for maintaining the records related to the customers, like that. So the third one is collection cost. The firm has to incur cost for collecting the amount from its debtors. This includes traveling expenses and salaries of the collecting agents or a stationary cost. And so the last one is the defaulting cost. So defaulting cost means sometimes the firm may not be able to recover the overdues because of the incapacity of the customers. So such debts are treated as bad debts and have to be written off since they cannot be realized. So these are the four types of cost.